What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. I'm your host, Jurassic Puppy. And today we're going to be venturing into the adrenaline-pumping world of Monster Hunter Now. So get your gear ready, guys. Pack your palico kitty, and let's go, fellow hunters. So I wanted to make this video geared more toward the newer players or people who have never played Pokemon Go, or for that matter a Niantic game. There are methods to making the quality of life style better for your gameplay, as well as looking into what your palico does for you, what services it can technically kind of provide for you, explaining some of the different biomes in the game, as well as supply drops and best places to find more monsters and supply drops, and how the minions can help you maximize your potential when before going up against a monster, and how the resources that they give are actually extremely valuable. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, because the hunt is on, and let's make every episode an adventure you won't want to miss. So in case you don't know, in the Monster Hunter universe, we have what's called a palico. And in this case, our palico is going to be called Dixinormus. And we're going to call him that for the rest of the series. So if you tap on your screen within your circle, your palico will run to that location. At the moment right now, it doesn't really seem to do much. Maybe in the near future we'll see an update and it'll have more of a effect or meaning that can better benefit us, but for the time being nothing really seems to be going on with them. But if you're struggling with some FPS issues or some lag, you can always just go to your settings, go all the way down. What you're going to look for is the download all assets, and best if you have Wi-Fi, but it doesn't take too long, maybe like a couple minutes or so. Once you do that, you want to check off the 60 frames per second while you're fighting, as well as upgrade the graphics to medium, high, or very high. But as you can see, I put it on very high right now. It works fine, but sometimes as your phone heats up, it does tend to still lag a little, so it's best to just have it in medium, in my opinion. And now that we have you playing like a true monster hunter, we're going to go on the topic of the minions in the game. The minions can be found around the map, and they do respawn on your location about every 5 minutes or so. There are two different variants right now. So the first one's going to be the Raffinos. Pretty easy, gives you Windrake Hide. And then the second one's going to be a Shamos. And those give you Sharp Claws. And you can get around from maybe like 1 to 3 at a time. It all depends on the RNG in the game. And I know it can seem very monotonous, and I know you're going to hate it eventually, but trust me, I promise you, you will need plenty of those resources. So I know they're going to be in your way of the Rathlos and the Rathian and all of that, but it's best to knock them out. So I wanted to go over a little bit of the combat movements while you're engaging in a fight. If you swipe to the right, you're going to do a combat roll to the right. If you swipe to the left, you're going to do a combat roll to the left. If you swipe back, you'll do a back roll. And depending on the distance, if you swipe forward, you'll either slide to them or you'll do a combat roll forward. These movements are probably going to be the most important thing you can do when you're actually facing a monster that can hurt you. The timing is everything, and the better the timing, the more perfect dodge you'll get, which will allow you to deal massive damage on your next hit. But with that being said, we're going to move on next to the supply drops in the game. I will be going over the palico bag a little later in the video, but for now, the supply drops can be found throughout a city or a town in a high density location, or a major tourist location, or a high traffic area. The minimum amount of items I've received from a supply drop have been 2 or 3, and the maximum I feels like about 6 to 8, if I'm not mistaken. And now, if you look on your map, you'll see 3 icons. You'll see a bone, a stone, and a grass icon. If you get close enough, the item will appear on your map, and you have a choice. You can either pick it up, or your palico will automatically pick it up for you. Now the palico can only pick up a maximum of 6 items in their bag. And once that happens, you either get a notification saying that the bag is full, or if you're in game already, you'll get an icon on the bottom left. And all you have to do is tap on it and then just collect all, and it'll automatically collect for you. So you can keep your little palico running around and collecting more items. If you get close enough to the monster item icon, you'll see the animation start appearing, and once that happens, you can actually engage in the monster and choose whether to fight it or to paintball it for a later time. So next, I'm going to be going over the different types of environments that can be found inside Monster Hunter now. And those 3 that are currently in the game are the forest, swamp, and desert. There are more inside the Monster Hunter universe. As for Monster Hunter now, there are currently only 3. But I'm sure we're going to get additional ones on future updates and such. So one important thing to note is that there are some monsters that do cross biomes. So for example, there's the Rathian that can be found in the forest as well as the desert. And there's a Gyros that can be found in the swamp as well as the forest. And a good example for a singular biome, the Diablos can only be found in the desert, for example, right? You can't find them anywhere else. I'm sure with the addition of new biomes and new monsters, we'll tend to see some changes in the landscape for sure. So I will be making a playlist as well as like a guide series, just to better get the hang of the basics and the basic mechanics inside the game. But for now, we're going to be going back to the biomes. Now, if you were to zoom all the way out, you can not only see more of the map, but you can see some monster icons to know where to go next, as well as the biome boundaries, which is very important. They do rotate throughout the day, so if you're stuck in one spot, don't fret. It does take a couple hours, but you will eventually get a new biome. But that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. Please remember to leave a like, comment down below, let me know how I'm doing, share this video, and subscribe. I really, again, appreciate all the support, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. Bye-bye.